Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, all glory, all honor, all thanks to the YAHAWAH. That's the Heavenly Father, right? And I do so in the name of the Messiah, right? The Savior of Israel, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, YAHAWAH, right? So yet again, I'm gonna be touching on some scriptures, right? Just exhortation, right? To uplift the body, right? Those who are, needing healing, right? Those who are in need of a healing. Because we know that the Messiah didn't come for those who was already made whole. He came for the sick. He came to cleanse you, right? So that's a little bit what I'm going to be touching on, a couple scriptures, and I'm going to pull a couple precepts. I ain't going to be too long. So, bear with me. But I'm going to start. The first scripture I'm going to pull is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 5, and it reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Right? So the book of James, you understand, he basically breaking down to the Israelites, you understand, who are going through and who might be afflicted, right? He's letting you know that in time of affliction or in time of doubt or anything, anytime you feeling like, you don't, you don't know the path, or, you're wavering, or like I said, in time of doubt or whatever the case may be. Let me read it again, book of James, chapter 1 and verse 5. "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." So if you lack wisdom in a certain matter, or you're not too sure what to do, seek the Lord, right? Seek the Lord. You understand? Go pray to the Lord, right? Ask the Lord about it. Ask the Lord to direct your steps in the matter. You understand? If you're not too sure of it, right? So quick precept would be Sirach chapter 38 verse 24. "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise." So there you have it. It's not like the Lord is depriving you of wisdom. You understand? You might be too occupied in the things of, the things of this world, or you just might be too preoccupied with the world in general. You understand? You need to find time to serve the Lord, perfect the works of your faith, right? By serving the Lord. Let me read it again. Book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 24. "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure." So the only way you're gonna get the wisdom, you understand, that you properly seeking, you have to have a downtime, so to say. You have to have a time where you can dedicate to the Most High and serve the Lord. You understand? It has to be the same way like you have a schedule at work, or you understand, things of that nature, where you make time to do certain things. You have to have a schedule and make time for the Lord, right? Mark down your calendar, whatever the case may be. You understand? Put a reminder in your phone. Okay, time to serve the Lord, right? Be more diligent about your work, about your studies, right? "And he shall have Salakia, and he that have little business shall become wise." So you're not gonna know certain things. You understand? You'll be left in the dark about a lot of things. Turn that off. Matter of fact, go in your room with all that. Salakia, back to the word. What it say? "And he that have little business shall become wise." So go in there and play with them. Go ahead, Isaac. Right. So now, if you always busy with other things, you're busy trying to run your business. You understand? Busy trying to get your economics up, your finances up. You understand? Whatever the case may be, that's taken away from you serving the Lord. And deep down in your spirit, you know that. You can feel it. You feel it like, damn, something off right now. What the hell? I'm not getting the satisfaction, Salakia. I'm not getting the satisfaction, Salakia. I'm not getting the satisfaction that I thought I would get out of gaining economics that I thought I would. I'm not fulfilling what my spirit's telling me. You understand? I'm not doing what my mind is directing me to do, what my spirit is leading to. You understand? The things that I'm doing, they're not profiting me as they would if I had little business, as they would if I took a moment to think things over. You understand? Right? One more precept, the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, in the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. So you understand this? When you seeking the Lord, this isn't a prideful thing. This isn't to see how much knowledge you can acquire within the shortest span of time so you can outdo everybody. Nah, none of that. You understand? When you come to serve the Lord, it has to be in truth and in sincerity. That's the only way that your spirit will reap the reward. You understand? Because if you're just doing something to do it or to go in the motions, you're not going to reap the reward. Your spirit's not going to be, you understand? You won't reap the rewards of the spirit you understand the fruits of the spirit. Right? Let me read again, Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, in the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. So you have to get this knowledge where it may be found. You understand? And it's not just going to come to you. You got to seek it out sincerely. Like I said, don't just be doing things just to do them. You understand? Or, just being underhanded, right? Moving on. Go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, right? All right. Book of Sirach, chapter Sirach, chapter 10 and verse. No. Book of Sirach, chapter. Yes, book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm going to start at verse 12, right? The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 12, and it reads, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So, bam, there you have it. That's the opposite of prudence, you understand? Pride, right? Let me read it again, book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 12. And it reads, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So, pride on a man, woman, or child, on any human being, that's filth. That's completely trash. You understand? When you got pride, that's that mote in your eye. That's that beam in your eye. You understand? When you got pride on you, there's nothing that you do is wrong in your eyes. You understand? Pride is filth. Pride is disgusting. Pride is the ugliest thing on a man to walk the face of earth. You understand? Pride is literally, the Lord hates pride. So what did it say? The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So once you get a little proud or arrogancy, you get turned off by the things that please the Lord. You understand? The things that you once did, that you knew was right in the eyes of the Lord. Once that pride creep on in there, you understand the things that you know are pleasing to the Lord. You can care less about any of that. You understand? Because pride can pass you. You understand? Pride is an evil spirit. Pride is a demonic spirit. You understand? Pride is a demon that's jumped on you, that sift you out. You understand? This pride, this demon came looking exactly for you. And it chose you because it said, this vessel right here, this is a good vessel. You understand? I'm going to go dwell in this vessel. and create as much chaos and havoc as possible in this vessel, right? Continuing on, verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin. Bam, there you have it. So pride is so ugly and despicable that its pride is gonna literally weigh you down and drag you down. You understand? There's nothing more disgusting than pride, right? For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. We know the Lord hate all abominations, right? Therefore, the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. So you understand, when you're proud, you're going to get overthrown utterly. You understand? It might seem like in a moment that you have power in your hand and you understand things are going your way, because that's what pride would tell you. You understand? Pharaoh never thought that he would be overthrown by Moses. You understand? Pharaoh mocked Moses many a times. You understand? He never thought he would be overthrown, and you understand, he was living in mirth. This man, like, I'm that top dude. I'm that guy. I'm Pharaoh, ruler over Egypt. You understand? Over you slaves, man. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Get out of here, Moses. I ain't letting the damn thing go. You feel me? So once that pride crept on in there, you understand? Once the Lord hardened his heart, hardened his spirit, hardened his mind, you understand? That man was finished from the beginning. He never stood a chance. You understand? That's how it is. You understand? For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. So now you talking all type of trash. You understand? All type of filth coming out your mouth that would not have come out your mouth before pride had entered into your vessel, made its self at home in your vessel. You understand? And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Right? Verse 14, the Lord hath cast down the throne of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. So there you have it. You understand? The Lord did what? He cast out the Canaanites out of their land and gave it to us. Right? The Lord said, look, man, everything that I promised you, you gonna get it, man. You understand? But we're not ready to inherit the land. We're not ready to rule over these nations yet. You understand? Because we have too much pride as a people, as a nation, as a collective, as a whole right now, right? And it's a lot of stuff that I see on a day-to-day basis, right? That's a lot of things are just not right. You understand? And a spiritual man can see through all of the BS, all of the trash, all of the facades, the illusions, right? Even within the nation of Israel, even within involved in these so-called camps, the brethren, right? It's a lot of people. Look, it's a lot of servants of men going on, right? That's what's going on, and it's a lot of pride in that. You understand? Men want to be exalted, and you understand, men want to be known. You're not understanding what you're doing this work for. The work is not being done so you can be magnified. The work is done so that the Lord can be magnified. To hell with you. You understand? You're just a man. But once you get to thinking like, you understand, I'm doing this work. You understand, I'm that dude, I'm that top guy. I study countless, man, you understand, 12 hours a day. That don't mean nothing. You understand? It's not about you. You see, now you're thinking with a prideful mind, right? What verse 14 say? The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead, right? Because Israel, I'm just speaking on Israel right now, right? And, you know what I'm saying, Israel be going off, right? The Lord will give you, like Saul, for example, man. You understand? The Lord, it was ordained that, you understand, he should be the ruler over Israel, right? But it was only for to show the people what pride can do to you. You understand? That was a proud prince. He was an Israelite indeed. You understand? But he had pride on him. You understand? And you know, it was time for the Lord to overthrow him, right? So I'm not going to be too long on that. The Lord had plucked up the root of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. So that's us still to this day. You understand? We're proud as a nation. Proud as a nation of people. And we literally, you understand? Brothers like to say, you understand, we sing the best. You understand, we dance the best. We're the smartest, right? We got the most spending power and all this and that and this and that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot. Hey, we worse than that. You understand? We the most prideful people, and we on the bottom. You understand? Just because you the Lord's chosen, that doesn't give you right to be a damn fool. You understand? Just because we're the Lord's chosen, we're his people that he's chose, that don't mean that, you understand, we can act however we want to act. We have a certain guidelines that we can't cross. We can't act a certain way. We can't let pride get in and taint our vessels. And that's how you're defiling your temple. You understand? By letting pride seep in there and overthrow your judgment, right? Verse 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth. Back to the Egyptians, right? Back to the Amalekites and things of that nature, right? Back to the Canaanites, right? And to be soon to come, the modern day Babylonians, which is the modern day Americans, right? The Lord's going to overthrow this land, right? America going to be utterly destroyed, right? With fire, according to the Bible. Verse 17, he took some of them away and destroyed them and have made their memorial to cease from the earth. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of woman. Bam, there you have it. Pride was not made for men. You understand? Because you're just a man. You understand? You may think you're that top dude or you're that guy, but you at the end of the day, you just a man. Flesh and bones. Earth and ashes, right? You're just a man. So at the end of the day, you may have what the world like to call it, clout or whatever. You understand? You may be that top guy. You may be a general. You may even be the president. But don't none of that take away from the fact that if you let pride get in there, you're gonna be destroyed no matter who you are, what position you're in. It's only a matter of time before the Lord bring that pride. He stir up that pot of pride that you got within you, and it's just boiling over. You understand? Right? Verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. So there you have it. You gotta hearken to the Lord and fear the Lord. Right? You got to do what the Lord says. Right? So, continuing on. Book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 9, and it reads, right? A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So, there you have it. A man's heart is going to, you understand, a man's heart, which is his mind, is going to tell you, like it says in, I believe, Sirach, like it says about the watchtowers, a man mind want to tell him more than 7 men on a watchtower. I'm roughly paraphrasing. So it's the same way in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So your heart and your mind is going to tell you, you understand, to do this or do that. You understand? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's going to have you make plans in haste to do certain things, but if the Lord's with you, he's going to direct your steps accordingly in righteousness, you understand? So you won't go off. So you won't do the things that are displeasing unto him, right? Precept to that, Psalms chapter 37 and verse 23. And it reads, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and delighteth in his way. So now, if you're so-called a good man, what makes you good? Keeping the laws. Let's read Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 19. Let me read that again. And it reads, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. So we know what happens to plants. If you fear the Lord, you're a sure seed. Meaning what? The Lord's gonna continually allow you to grow. You understand? You're not gonna get plucked up and rooted out. The Lord has something for you. You have a reward in due season, right? They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. So if you're a plant, you're gonna be fed with that living water. You understand? You'll never be thirsty, you'll never be without. You understand? But you gotta keep in mind that what it's saying, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him are an honorable plant. Right? On the flip side, they that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. So now if you're saying, you know, the law's done away with, bam, dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. So if you transgressing the commandments, which you understand I'm guilty of doing as well, but when a man's repenting, he's turning away from transgressing you understand, the law, statutes, and commandments. So you have to be reverted. You understand? You have to literally do a 360. You understand? If you want the Lord to, quote, if you want to be blessed by the Lord, right, and receive the blessings, and you don't want to be cursed, you have to fear the Lord and do the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You have to eschew evil, as Job, you understand, as it says in the book of Job, right? You can't let pride get in there. That's an evil thing, right? You can't hang around men that's prideful, because their pride will rub off on you. You have to understand what matter of a man you are to be. You understand? So let's continue to build on. Right? The book of I'm gonna go to the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter. Well, I'm gonna stay in the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 30. Book of Psalms, chapter 34, right? Book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 7. The book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Right? Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. So let me start again from the top. Book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. So now, how do we know if you fear the Lord? Book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 11. The fear of the Lord. Salaki. Book of Psalms, chapter 111, and verse 10. Yeah. Book of Psalms, chapter 111, and verse 10. Salaki. Let me make sure I'm paraphrasing. Psalms chapter 111. Yeah, it's book of Psalms chapter 111, verse 10, right? And it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, of good understanding, have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever, right? Because that's how you know that you fear the Lord. Because you're doing his commandments, you understand? You're not giving into any evil, right? The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and deliver them. Salaki. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. So if you want to be blessed, you got to trust in the Lord, man. Good, bad, or ugly. You understand? Good, great, bad, or ugly, man. You got to trust in the Lord. Because all things are going to work out for the best if you trust in the Lord. You understand? You're not giving in to the evil. You're not giving in to the old man. Right? Verse 9, and it reads, oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. So you're not going to want for nothing. That's plain as day. When you fear the Lord, he's going to take care of you, provide for you. You understand? Hey, your enemies at peace with you. Put your enemies to death for you. And you can rejoice in secret, you know. You know how that go, man. Right? Verse 9 again. Oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of Yahawah. What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? Ooh, verse 13. Book of Psalm chapter 34, verse 13. Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking gall. So there you have it. You gotta don't let evil creep in anywhere. You understand? Not in your household, not in your spirit, not in your vessel, man. You gotta do away with all matters of evil. You understand? If men are talking stupid, look, man. If niggas talking stupid on the phone, hang it up. You understand? Distance yourself from all matters of evil. Right? Let me read verse 13. Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking gall. So you have to keep your tongue from evil. Refrain your words from speaking things that you know it's unprofitable. It's evil, right? Verse 14, depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. So depart from evil and do good. So you understand, depart from pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. Depart from fornication. Depart from being an adulterer. You understand, the adulteress? Depart from doing all matters of wickedness. You understand? And come to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Sit at the Lord's foot, and you understand. Get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Ask of him. Ask of him to direct your path. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, right? Verse 15, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. So there you have it. In your time of affliction, man, as long as you fear the Lord and you doing what he's telling you to do, not second guessing him, not doubting, but you fearing the Lord wholeheartedly, sincerely, you'll never want for nothing, man. The Lord's just waiting on you. You feel me? It's not, it's you know, it's not too hard, right? Right, continuing on. Okay, continuing on. In the book, I'm gonna go to the book of another one touching on pride, right? I'm gonna go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 11. I will punish the world for their evil, right? And the wicked for their iniquity. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? When brothers read the scripture, they just be, saying certain things. They say, okay, now, brother, when it's talking about this, it's talking about Esau. Now, we know Esau is the border of wickedness. Certain instances, it ain't even talking about Esau. You feel me? But, that don't stop him from being the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? But let's just keep everything in context. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. That's all of the, you understand? That's Israelite, Moabite, Ishmaelite, Ammonite. That's all the wicked, man. You understand? And I will cease arrogancy of the proud, Salakia. And I will cause arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So there you have it. You understand what he say he's going to do? And I will cause arrogancy of the proud to cease. So being proud, that's another acronym to being prideful. You understand? Being proud and being prideful is the same thing, right? And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So the Lord's going to do away with all pride. You understand? You being proud and you understand, you thinking you know everything and you understand you're that top guy, that's not going to get you into the kingdom. Despite how many lessons, how many breakdowns you do, you understand, if you got pride on you, you know what I'm saying, you just evil. It don't matter what you doing, what you saying. You understand? Because the Lord know you. He know you. He know what's up with you. He know what's up with you. You don't get away. You got by. You might have skated past, but the Lord, he on you. You don't get away. You just got past, Continuing on, right? Stay in the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall the fear of the name of the Lord from the west, in his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. But yeah, back to the part I was saying. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, in his glory from the rising of the sun. Right? Because people don't fear the name of the Lord in this day. Well, people, you understand, they don't. This world in America, which will be destroyed soon, is covered by gross darkness. So people are not, you understand, people are not really seeking the Lord like that nowadays. They're seeking familiar spirits, you understand? They're seeking things that profit them for the time being. They're not seeking the everlasting power that profit them for eternity. You understand? People want what's the word I'm looking for? People just want comfort for the now. You understand? They're not focusing on 5 minutes from now. They're like, look, if I can be comforted in these next 5 minutes, I'll be cool. You feel me? I ain't too much worried about what's gonna happen 5 minutes after that, or whatever the case may be. Lord, just take care of me with any, you know what I'm saying? Take care of me now. To hell with what's gonna happen later. I don't care about none of that. You see what I'm saying? That's pride right there. That's a foolish man, woman or child. That's a destroyed mind right there, right? Reading on. We ain't done yet. Right? I'm gonna pull one more. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more. The book of I'm gonna go to the book of Sirach. One more in Sirach, right? Book of Sirach, chapter. No, I'm not gonna go to Sirach. Well, looks like I'm in my lesson on that. I pray that you understand that this message right here, it was able to be, you understand, what's the word I'm looking for? It was able to be understood on the simplest level that somebody, Lord willing, somebody can watch this video and learn from it, learn from my errors, you understand, and see that, look, you understand, you just wait on the Lord, man. Don't let pride seep in there and persuade you to think like things are gonna go better if you go to the left or to the right hand, man. You got to stay on that straight and narrow path. There's nothing better than serving the Lord, but you have to do it in truth and sincerity, man. You have to be persuaded in your own mind. No man's gonna force you. The Lord's not gonna force you to serve him. He's gonna give you the choice, life or death. You understand? So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to the YAHAWAH, Shema Mashiach Yoshua. I say the water. May the Most High bless you brothers and sisters that are without, that you may become whole, that he may feed you, nourish you, clothe you, provide all things for you, and that we may endure to the end. With that, I'm say shalom.